Hey, V. You got my message? Hopefully you got my message. I didn't see a response. Hey. Hello. I'm going to be doing a brief class shortly. Hey. How are you, my loves? In the meantime, you guys can ask me any questions. Hey, Karita. In the meantime, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I will be getting started shortly. Let me see if I could do both groups at the same time. All right, so if you guys could just drop what type of businesses you guys have or what type of industry you guys are in. If you're in the spa industry, let me know. Just want to know who I'm speaking to. Thank you, Karita. Just got it done. Had to get ready for the weekend. Thank you. Wellness Day Spa. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to be talking a little bit about retention today. I think it's something super important that a lot of people ignore or don't pay attention to. But it's super important, especially in the spa industry. What you don't want to do, what a lot of people don't understand is it costs money, number one, to even like attain a client, to get clients. So to just have a client one time and then have to do it again is a lot of work. Thanks, Karita. So pretty much, let's break it down like this, right? And I'm going to try to make this really, really quick. But like, let's say, for example, if you run any type of ads, right? And let's say you spent $300, and out of the $300 that you spent, you only had 2 leads or two clients that basically converted into paying clients, right? That would mean that out of your $300, it will cost you $150 per lead, meaning it costs you $300 to make $300 back from 2 different people. Knowing that, this is the reason why retention is so important. A lot of people talk about marketing. You know, you want to get new people through the door, but it costs you to get new people. There's nothing wrong with getting new people, of course, but in reality, at least what I've noticed with my business, my new clients only account for 25 to 40%, right? The rest of my clients are repeat clients, and that's actually the way that you want your business to run or be structured. You don't want to always have to consistently be marketing. For example, let's say you paid an influencer a couple thousand. That influencer may have gotten you new clients, but how many times are you going to be able to duplicate that process? How sustainable is that? Isn't it much better to actually have those clients once they come in? You want to cultivate the relationship with those clients. You want to give them a wow experience. You want to, you pretty much want to, with these clients, treat them as gold. Because honestly, people spend money with you when they know, like, and trust you, right? A new client does not know you from a can of paint. And it takes a lot of trust, you know, like, or even them sometimes, not even trust, but like they're basically taking a risk, even spending money with you. However, people who know, like, and trust you are more than likely going to spend more money. That's also another reason why sometimes you don't want your product or service list to be limited. You definitely want to be able to offer enough services or products that way these clients aren't getting bored. For example, a lot of my clients, I have a medical spa. When I started out, it was a day spa, right? But like a lot of my clients, even though they might come to me for medical things, or even classes or whatever, if I only offered one class and I taught a student one class, that's it, right? That's the end of that life cycle for that client. However, if a client, let's say a client came in to me for weight loss, but we also do skincare, and then maybe we also offer V-steams, we also have a sauna, like they're happy, they're excited about their experience, number one, because they know that it's a one-stop shop. They don't have to come to me and then have to go 3 other different places to get these things done. A lot of my clients, they'll come and they'll be like, oh, like we all have self-care days, right? Like today, for example, for me, I was supposed to get my lashes done. I didn't get to do that, but I did my nails and I did my hair. Most clients, most people are like me, right? You want to kind of like knock everything out in the same day, and you don't want to travel across town going everywhere in order to be able to get these things done. That's why retention is super important when you are building your business, especially if you have a spa business. And really in any business, you want to make sure that you are paying attention to your retention, right? You got to pay attention to how much does it actually cost, like I said, because if you're paying attention to your numbers, you'll see the reason why. Even if, for example, let's say you're using Groupon, it costs for Groupon as well. You might not pay them up front, but you are definitely paying a cost. And if you're paying, let's say, for example, you're doing a Groupon and you're trying to obviously compete with other people, you're really not getting paid any money whatsoever at all. So because of that, you need to be able to retain and cultivate the relationship with these clients so that they would not only know, like, and trust you, but they'll choose to continue to use you again and again, right? There's a complete difference between marketing and retention, which a lot of people don't really pay attention to. Also, you want to pay attention to your capacity, right? And you want to set smart goals. So obviously, like I said, marketing is great. But if you don't have a plan, like, for example, if you're marketing, there's but so many people you can accept and deal with throughout the month, right? Like for me, my sweet spot, granted, had multiple days where we've seen 60 something people. However, my sweet spot, I would say, is about 40 a day. The reason why is because at 60 something people, even though it sounds good and it looks good on paper, in reality, you're literally just getting people in and out. Like people are coming in, you're setting them up, they're getting their service, and then they're going along their day. However, when we have at least, 25 to 40 people, we're actually able to talk to our clients. Hey, Bing. We're actually able to talk to our clients. We're actually able to cultivate those relationships, which is what makes a difference. And that's why next I'm going to talk about also, I'm going to actually post it for you guys so that you guys can, and I'm going to pin it. There's actually a worksheet. If you guys if y'all go to my website, you should be able to pin or to download the worksheet so you guys can follow along, take notes, and do whatever y'all want to do. But, so yeah, communication is super important. Have you ever been to a spa or went to get your nails done or a service done and the people didn't talk to you? Like literally you went in for one service, they just did the service and that was it. It's like you came in and you left. That's it. Number one, from the client standpoint, no one wants to feel ignored, right? From the business standpoint, how can you meet their needs if you don't know what they are? If you don't talk to them, how are you going to know what they want and how you could better serve them? That is the reason why communication is key. I know a lot of people, and even myself, I've employed service providers, and literally to them, because it's a spa, they feel okay, you don't talk to your clients, they're coming for a relaxing experience or whatever the case is. But the reality is, if you intend to build a long-lasting relationship, right? Because it's a relationship. It might not be an intimate relationship, but it's a relationship. They have to like you in order to keep on coming back. And in order for them to, be able to get their results and stuff, a lot of this takes consistency. If they're not comfortable, they're not gonna, first of all, you'll probably have more cancellations and more clients flaking on you as well, because people typically like to go where they feel comfortable, where they feel wanted, where they enjoy themselves. If it's a task, okay, I'm just coming to this place every week, I'm just doing something, it's going to be easy for them to cancel. But if they feel they come in to see, someone who actually genuinely cares about them, and they know this through your conversation with them, then obviously they'll continue to come back. So some of the things that I do, and I'm just sharing this with you guys as well, is so you need to figure out what do your clients want from you? What do your clients want from you? The only way you're going to know that is by, again, talking to your clients, whether you're taking a poll or whether you're asking them straight up, like, hey, so you came to me. Number one, how did you find me? Number two, what are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? You want to know those things so that you could be the person to provide that for them. Once you're able to provide results for your people, they are definitely going to come back. Next, you want to ask them, like, what do they have coming up? Because a lot of people, for example, in my business, they'll come because maybe they're preparing for a wedding. Maybe they have a birthday coming up, a girl's trip, whatever the case is. I want to know what it is. And I'm also going to jot it down in their client profile. Right? Because again, like I said, it makes them feel comfortable. It makes them feel like, wow, like she actually remembers when they're coming in. I'm going to say, hey, so, how's planning going? Are you getting ready for the wedding? Blah, 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 whatever. And a lot of times, like, that keeps me top of mind, right? So now let's say if it's a bride and the bride is looking for something to do with her bridesmaids, and I'm always talking to her about the wedding, and I'm just letting her know, how much I'm excited for her and how I can't wait to see her final results before her big day. And I'm letting her know, we offer services here for her and her bridal party. Do you not think that when she's looking for something to do, she's not going to want to come here, or when she's trying to get ready? Because everyone nowadays, we're into self-care, of course, as we should be. And then you care about your image, right? And if you're what better time to worry about your image or to promote your services than when someone is getting married, when they have an event or something coming up, right? So this is why you need to communicate with your people. You also want to use that same information that you just received to pretty much come up with a customized plan. How can you help them, right, based on what you have to offer? So if I have someone who's saying, look, they have hyperpigmentation or they have acne and, they just want to be able to go outside without makeup on, right? Which all of us want the same thing sometimes, right? So I'm going to figure out, what do I have that I can offer to this client to be able to help them to accomplish their goals? Once you meet these people, that's like, for example, if you're in a relationship, like I said, I'm going to relate this to a relationship a lot, right? So you're in a relationship. Are you going to stay with somebody who don't fulfill your needs? I need one of y'all to answer me. Are you going to stay with somebody who does not fulfill your needs? If you're in a relationship with someone and they don't talk to you, they don't ask you about your day, they don't care about what you got going on, are you going to continue to stay with that person? Exactly. You're not going to stay with that person. So it's the same thing in business. Why should they come back to you if you're neglecting them and doing the same things? No one is going to stay around if you're not fulfilling their needs. And it's the same thing in business. We can't just think like, oh, well, they want something from me, that's why they patronize my business. That's not how it works in real life. If you're not doing anything to fulfill their needs, they're not going to come back. And there's no difference between you and the person 2 blocks down that's offering the same services. So the only thing you can do, honestly, is, like I said, you're communicating with your clients. You're trying to figure out what it is that they're trying to accomplish, and then line it up with what it is that you have to offer. Right? Are you convenient? Like, are you making things convenient for your client? Is it hard for them to schedule, right? Or do you have enough services that they could actually use and stay with your business? Like, clients a lot of times are surprised when they come to the spa. And this is the reason why we talk so much about the Build Your Spa trainings that we offer. Because honestly, like, clients a lot of times, they'll literally be like, oh man, like, I really wanted to go get a V-Steam. I just got one. I didn't know that you guys offered it here. Or they'll be like, oh, I just got a teeth whitening at my dentist and something like that. And they're like, if I knew, I would have just did everything here. That's literally how you could turn one client, right? Rather than focusing on one service that might cost, I'm just throwing out random numbers. So let's say if it was one service that costs $100 and you just provided 4 different services and your average service price is $150 to $100, you just pretty much quadrupled your income that easily, just because you communicated and just because you're focused on retention, right? Because rather than focus on getting 4 new people, I'm focused on getting this one person to get 4 different things, if that makes sense. Right? And if I look to the side, I'm just trying to make sure that I tell y'all everything that I wanted to. How was the experience at your location? Like, how's the ambiance? You have to engage the senses. Like, what does it smell like? What does it look like? What does it feel like when they get there? What type of music, what vibe are you creating for them? Those are all things that are super, super important when you are talking about retention, right? You want to make your clients feel special. Think about how you treat guests that come to your home, right? Again, like I said, this is a relationship, right? So if you have a client come to your, not a client, sorry, if you have a family member or a friend who came to your house to visit you, right? Isn't it like customary to greet them at the door, to say, hey, welcome, thanks for coming. Let me show you around. Or would you like something to drink? Right? That's what we do with guests, right? So if you have someone who comes to your business, they solicit your business, wouldn't it be customary to do the same thing? How do you have someone come in and then you don't offer them anything? Like, you have to treat these people like they're your guests. That's the only way they're going to keep coming back. If I went to somebody's house, and even if I don't want nothing to drink, the fact that you didn't offer me nothing, I'll be like, that person is rude. And I'm sure a lot of y'all might say the same thing, right? But if you go somewhere and the person is like, they offer you something, you be like, oh, okay, well, this person is very hospitable, right? That's what you would say, is the person is hospitable, the person is nice, and you actually want to be around this person. So you guys have to treat your customers the same way. Every guest here, if you notice, I don't even call them customers really, or even clients, patients. Even though I am a nurse, I call my guests what they are. They're guests. They're guests of me and my spa, and we treat them as such. I hope that's making sense to you guys. So yeah, make them feel special. You have to come up with something customized for them, right? So are you coming up with customized treatment plans for your clients? Everyone wants to feel special. Everyone wants to feel like they are important, right? Everyone wants to feel VIP. In order to make people feel VIP, you have to customize things for them, right? Because they are your VIP. Hey, Nikki. Because they're your VIP, you want everyone to feel like important. You don't want them to just feel like anybody, right? And how I like to say, you could, and I was telling some of my team today, like, you don't want to treat your business like it's McDonald's, right? Because not only is it going to pay you like McDonald's, but you're going to have that turnover. Remember? And we just talked about in the beginning how new leads, they cost money. Like, it's not free. It costs to bring people, whether you did a Facebook ad, whether you got an influencer, whether you're on Groupon, whatever the mode is that you're using to generate leads and marketing, it costs. So once they get through the door, you want to now use that client to your advantage, or use your guest to your advantage and to their advantage as well. Because of course, creating this customized plan, creating this VIP plan for your client is only going to help them to get their results faster, right? Be happier with their experience overall. You're making their life easier, right? You're helping them when it comes to their self-care and their results. So they're going to want to continue to come to you. And that's exactly what we want ultimately. So no cookie cutter, no a la carte. There's not McDonald's, it's not Burger King. We're not having it your way, like we are, but differently. You're not just going to come and say, hey, so I saw this facial on the menu. I want this facial. And then you're just giving it to them and that's it. No, everything is customized. Okay, well, no worries. What we're going to do is, we're going to do a full either consultation or experience, whatever the case is. We're going to get down to what exactly it is that you're trying to accomplish. Once we figure that out, we're going to come up with a custom plan for you. Right? We're coming up with a custom plan for you. And that's why you would ultimately end up keeping your clients as well, because they're going to feel VIP. They're going to feel special. Who doesn't want to feel like VIP? Who doesn't want to feel special? You have to wow your clients every time. That's next, right? So you want to wow your clients every time. Every time they come, they should have a good experience. And when they don't, you have to be apologetic and you have to nip it in the bud right away. You do not want people to feel, like I said, unwanted. If you were I'll go back to that analogy. If you guys were in a relationship and you were ignored, right? Would you not leave that person? You all said yes. So at the end of the day, you're going to treat your clients like gold, because ultimately they are. And it's cheaper to maintain a current client than it is to get a new one. So the goal is wow them every time. You want to also have multiple products and offerings, right? So that you're able to be that go-to person. If I'm doing body contouring, for example, or if I'm doing like weight loss type stuff, wouldn't it make sense to have like waist trainers as well? Or like fajas if I'm doing post-op, or if I'm doing skincare, wouldn't it make sense to have like a cleanser or like some skincare? Like a lot of people, for whatever reason, they're doing these services and then you have nothing to offer your client. So you're basically providing services and then you're sending them to Walmart to go buy a cleanser. Does that make sense? It don't. Especially if you want to be that especially once you're providing this wow experience and you're helping these people to get to their results, what's going to happen is they're going to trust you to the point where if I come somewhere and I'm looking for a certain type of result and that person is able to deliver, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to be like, okay, cool. So what else you got? Like, now I trust you. I believe you. So it only makes sense to be able to have other things that you could offer them, like I said, so you could double, triple, and quadruple your income just from that one person. Because you gave them such a great experience, right? Hey guys. So we're talking about retention strategies for whoever just logged on for your business, whatever businesses you guys are in. You could drop it in the chat so I know who I am talking to. Thanks for joining. My name is Nadia. I am a registered nurse and I am owner and educator at Supreme Body Studio located in Atlanta, Georgia. You guys are free to come check me out. Yes, it definitely makes sense. If you're not catering to your client, who got time for that? Everybody want to feel special. If you're in a relationship, they ignore you. What you gonna do? You gonna leave. So yes, no cookie cutter, no more cookie cutter, no more like, okay, this is what they picked off the menu. This is what we're going to give them. Every single client needs a consultation. Every single client, you need to figure out, hey, Davina, every new client needs to figure out, you need to figure out like what they're actually trying to accomplish, what it is that they want so you can offer it to them. Right? So next we're going to talk about results. Results are super important, super important. I have so many people, right, who come to me and they're pretty much asking, like clients, they go to other places, maybe they didn't get a good, they didn't have a good service, they didn't get any results and stuff, say like, oh, this doesn't work, whatever. And then when you ask them, the stuff that they got don't even make sense. Like you could be looking at the person, for example, and you could tell clearly they're not a candidate for something, but the person that they went to gave it to them just because they paid for it. Like that doesn't happen here. And that's the reason why we're able to retain so many of our clients, because we're not just giving you whatever you're asking for. We're giving you what you actually need based off of your goals. Based off what you tell us you're trying to accomplish, that is what we're working with, and that is what we're trying to accomplish. So you're not just going to come in here and say, okay, let's say a client came in and said they want cavitation, but I'm looking at them clearly and they need more than cavitation. They might need medical weight loss. They might need laser lipo. They need something else but cavitation, right? I'm not just going to take their money because at the end of the day, I'm only get their money one time. Why not put them on a customized plan, like a customized treatment plan or a package that's customized for them to have them come back and revisit me for that? That makes more sense than me just taking your money one time. Yes, I could take the $300 one time, but why would I do that when I could do $1,200 over a couple of weeks? Right? If I'm making any sense, I need y'all to let me know in the chat so I don't end this early because my phone is about to die, so I'm about to try to rush through this. But I do thank y'all for joining. So you also want to make, like I said, priorities, experience, right? Making sure your clients have a great experience. You want to make sure that you're customizing the experience and tailoring it to each and every client. No, it shouldn't be two people that come in and get the same exact thing. They might get the same services, but it should always be customized towards them. Right? And then now we're going to talk about like retention strategies, loyalty, having a loyalty program. A lot of the POS systems that you're using in your businesses will have like a loyalty type of program. You definitely want to utilize it, especially if it's free. Like, so Square, depending on who you guys are using, I can let you know because I've used a couple of them. But like, how do you make sure they're booked before they leave? To keep them consistent. So that goes back to, like I said, coming up with a customized treatment plan. If you come in, right, and if you're doing, maybe you joined in late. So like if you're basically coming in and you come in and saying like, look, I saw this thing called cavitation on Instagram. This is what I want to get. I'm going to tell you, if you need it, then okay, cool. You're going to need that. But I'm actually going to tell you, hey, so what are your goals? What are you actually trying to accomplish? And based on what the goals are that they said that they're going to accomplish, that's how we're going to customize and tailor a treatment plan for them. Make sense? If it don't, be more specific in your question, and then I will go, thank you, Shayna. If it doesn't, then just leave me a comment or be more specific, and then I'll answer you before we get off for sure. But you want to have a loyalty program. So utilize, if you have your POS system that has loyalty built in, definitely make sure you guys are using that. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Like, a lot of people think to get and to keep clients, you got to do sales all the time. To be honest with you, I rarely do sales. You guys could look at my page. You guys could, but I rarely do sales. The reason why is because I'm the person on the other end. Like, if I'm a client, for example, and I just pay full price for something, let's say I just pay $500 for a class or a service or whatever, right? And then tomorrow it's on sale for $100. I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be like, yo, I just paid $500 for this yesterday, and it's not like you're giving me a refund. So what's the difference in what they get and then what I'm getting? That's why I hate sales. I literally might do 1 or 2 a year, and that's usually around Black Friday or Christmas, and I never repeat the same sale. So, for example, if I did a 50% off sale one time, I promise you that's not coming back. What's coming back next time, it might be 40%, maybe 30%. It might be on a specific service, but I don't just kick out sales all the time. People who kick out sales all the time end up losing. So why am I, when you go to Louis Vuitton, do they have a sale? No. So why should you? It depends. Again, now, this is just what I do in my business. Like, I don't know what you guys want to do in yours. You're free to do whatever you please. I'm just telling you what I do. Right? So you also want to have a referral program. So a lot of times you'll be in a room or you'll be talking to your clients and they're telling you how much of a good experience they had. They'll tell you like, hey, so I'm noticing results, or my husband said, he sees the difference. Like, he wouldn't let me leave the house today, or, oh my gosh, my mom is noticing my skin is clearer. Whatever the case is, these people, if you're talking to your clients, they're going to tell you. Right? So you could give them what they want, and you could also help them to get these results, right? So you're talking to your clients, and if a client gives me a good thing, first of all, I'm asking them 2 things. Have you had a 5-star experience? I'm not just going to say, how was your treatment? I'm going to say, have you had a 5-star experience? Because the likelihood is, if you've had a 5-star experience, you'll also leave me a 5-star review, right? I'm not just going to say, hey, just leave me a review. I don't want a 1-star, 2-star, whatever. I want to know, have you had a 5-star experience? And if not, I want to be able to give you that 5-star experience. And the only way I could do that is by talking to you, right? So you got to communicate. A lot of people, for whatever reason, don't communicate with these people, and then y'all be mad when they leave y'all and come to me or go somewhere else. You need to communicate with your people so that you could give them what they want. Also, when a client tells me that they have a good experience, my next thing, I'm trying to get a referral. Hey, so would you know anyone else that might be interested in these services? If they tell me yes, okay, awesome. Did you know if you refer, 2 friends or 3 friends, whatever, I'll give you a free $50 spa gift card. They'll be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yes, I know a couple people. Sometimes they'll be like, oh no, I don't want nobody to know I'm, doing anything to my body. But the ones who are open, they're just like, oh yeah, no, cool. My mom's interested. My aunt is interested. My homegirl, whoever. So for those people, you definitely want to have a referral program. Another thing that you could do to help to retain your clients is having a membership program. Literally a couple months ago, I added a member. I always said I was going to do it, right? And then of course, procrastination, me just being busy at the spa. I'm a mom, a wife, an entrepreneur. I'm also a student. I'm 2 classes away from getting my master's in nursing and being a nurse in nurse education. I'm sorry. We're also an accredited med spa. Like, I got a lot of stuff going on, right? So things fall off. And I don't remember what happened. And I was just like, okay, I need to actually do this membership. I promise you, in the first month that we got this membership, we literally did 6 figures just on the membership. Not 6 figures in that month, but like we did over $10,000 that month, which obviously in a year, that's 6 figures. So extra 6 figures just from having a membership. And then not only that, but it keeps your clients consistent. So these people who, they need to come to you they need to be consistent, right? With whatever their treatment plan is. Having that membership keeps them consistent. And it's kind of like I'm their accountability partner. It also makes things convenient for them because now they feel special. They feel VIP. They're a member, right? So you definitely want to implement, if you don't already have a membership, you want to implement some sort of a membership program. And the membership could be with services, or the membership could be, a certain, like a discount. Either one is fine, but I would only discount memberships. I actually heard, and like I've already been doing this, but then I heard Bella Body say it the other day in the Spa Expo group, which made like perfect sense. I'm like, I'm with you all the way. So that's definitely something that successful spa owners do. You also want to continue to cultivate the relationship with your team, right? So not your team, sorry, with your with your guests, right? So that's by sending them emails, sending them text messages. You want to pretty much be on the top of their mind so that when they are thinking of something to do, like I had a client call me yesterday or whatever, that was pretty much saying, hey, do y'all have gift cards? Absolutely. But you know what that told me? I'm not doing a good enough job promoting our gift cards. However, she was saying, you know, her birthday's coming up. Someone was asking what they could get her, and she just wanted to know if we have gift cards so that they could buy her a gift card to our spa. So, of course, absolutely. Absolutely. But when they come in, we also get their birthday, and we put their birthday in the system. And then on their birthday, we're going to say, hey, happy birthday. Here's a free spa gift card. You guys can come and see us. Right? So that's what you guys want to do. You also want to keep in mind, like, I'll repeat it. So, no, not 50% off. But I'll repeat it, and I'll explain that at the end. I'll go through the questions at the end, right? So when you want to know your client cycle as well, so that you can continue to get these people to go through the cycle. So you have a client who comes in, you did the customized treatment, you did the customized experience, right? You made them feel VIP. You gave them a wow experience. When I say wow experience, like every time they come in, you wow them, whether it's with results, whether it's with the way you treat them. Like, y'all got to understand, especially with the way that everything is going on right now in the world. Like, a lot of people are feeling very like beat down. Some people are feeling like disrespected. Like, you have to be that safe haven. When they come to you, they feel like, you know, like a breath of fresh air. Like, oh my gosh, I feel like it's a break away from the outside. That's exactly what you want to do to your client. So you have to keep that in mind, especially when you're even talking about your client cycle. You want to know, okay, what is the process that you're going to go through? What is the process that all of your clients go through? Once you know that, it's easier to focus on retention, because you'll know, like, okay, cool. This person came in, we did their customized treatment program. After we did their customized treatment program, we got them some amazing results. They gave us a 5-star review. They referred their friend. Now we're going to be talking to them about the membership. Right? You got to have this, a plan. Failure to plan is a plan to fail. I don't remember who I heard say it first, but it's so true. And you guys have to keep that in mind when you are dealing with these clients, because now, especially now, there's so many, especially with COVID and everybody being like Instagram rich and all this other stuff. Like, everyone wants to work for themselves. There's a new business everywhere. There's so much quote unquote competition. I don't feel like I have competition, but that's just because I'm different. But not even being any type of way, I just don't see nothing else. Like, I just have my blinders on, and I'm focused on my lane, and that's it. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, and it don't matter to me. I just know what I'm doing. Okay. And you guys should be the same way. That way you don't get discouraged, and you can continue to offer your clients the best experience. You can't focus on what other people are doing. You can only focus on what you're doing. You could literally, in a 5-mile radius, find 15 McDonald's sometimes, right? And all of them, they're not worried about the next. They just doing them. And that's what you have to do as well. Sorry, that was a little side note, but it's all good. We back at it, right? So again, like I said, there are multiple different ways. It's super important to focus on retention. I know I'm kind of like speeding up, but I want to make sure I answer you guys' questions. And I also want to make sure that you guys get what I'm picking up, what I'm putting down. If you guys want to get the worksheet, I have the worksheet. If you go to supremebodystudio.com and you go to shop, you should be able to see it has a picture of the flyer, and it should say retention worksheet or something like that, just so you could get the tips pretty much that I was talking about. It will have the subject line. So pretty much it'll say why retention matters, communication, experience, results, and then retention strategies, and then the client cycle. But let me just go back and answer your questions. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'm going to get to all of them. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so how do you make sure that they're booked before they leave to keep them consistent? So again, how you help them, right? When they're coming in, if you're only focused on doing one service, you cannot keep your client. You can't do it that way. You have to create that customized plan for them, and that's how you get them to come in. Or if a client comes in, for example, they coming in and they want to lose weight. I know for a fact you're not going to be able to accomplish that in one session alone. You may see some results in one session, but it's not going to be all you need. So because of that, I'm going to come up with a customized plan for them. like, I personally don't offer a la carte services. When I say that, like, if a person comes in and they just want one cavitation, one butt lift, one whatever, I turn them away. I don't have a problem turning people away, because at the end of the day, I have a reputation to keep, right? And I'm very results driven. I get results from my clients. If it's a person who I know realistically we're not going to get a result in one session or whatever, I'm not even going to do it. And that's how you get them to come back. You're just going to tell them straight up, like, based on your goals, this is what I'd recommend. Because you got to remember that you're the expert, right? They come into you because you have something that they want. You're considered the expert. So in that sense and in that regards, you want to make sure that you're the one. You got to tell them what to do, not them they can't tell you what to do. You're supposed to tell them what to do. I boss my guests around all the time, but they love me, so it doesn't matter. Because I get them results. So I normally tell them, like, sometimes they come in, they don't want to take pictures. I'm like, what you mean you don't want to take pictures? Like, we got to take pictures. How am I going to be able to have a baseline and to see your progress if we don't take no pictures? And I tell them straight up, like, if we can't take your pictures, we can't do your service. I don't have to post your pictures, but just know I have to take them. You have to, remember, they're coming to you because they want something from you. You're the expert. So don't let them boss you around. You tell them what you need them to do in order for you to get your results. Thank you. So yes, it's basically like a package. I'm coming up with a customized package for these clients. I'm telling them, I'm basically saying, like, okay, let's say if the person is doing weight loss, I'm going to say, okay, well, on average, you need about 10 to 12 sessions. Even if looking at them, I could tell, okay, maybe they only going to need like 2, maybe they need 4. I don't know, but it's always better to under promise and over deliver than the opposite, right? So I'm going to tell them that they're going to need the max. And then I'll tell them, well, you need to at least do 4 to 6. But it's more likely that you're going to need 10 to 12. And then I just book them for that up front. Yep, I book them for that up front. Or if they want to do a payment plan, we could do a payment plan. Yep, and then you get them to book before they leave. So, like, if let's say I'm doing like a corrective skincare service, before they leave, I'm letting them know. Like, while I'm in the treatment room, I'm letting them know straight up, like, hey, you're gonna need a follow-up facial. So, and I'm giving them all the information so that when it's time to check out, we not confused. Like, we should be on the same page, because I told you already, while I've been in here in this room with you for half an hour, 45 minutes, I'm letting you know, hey, so you know it's really super important to have a follow-up facial after this one, because honestly, if you're just going to do like a one-off situation, like if you're just coming for this treatment and then I never see you again, you're not going to get the best results. And then I'll let them know that I want a baseline. I need to be able to have something to compare it to, so you have to come back and see me. And then if they say that they can't commit to that, or if you're noticing that your clients don't commit to that, what you could do is include it in your pricing. Just charge more. So if you know a refresh facial might cost $100 for them to come back, charge $100 more, and then tell them that it includes a complimentary follow-up facial or something like that. That's another way that they could come back, just so you could get a good before and after. Because if a person comes one time, you have nothing to base it off of. So you can't even use the pictures to help you get other clients if they only came one time. Hope that makes sense. All right, guys, I think I went through all the questions. So it depends. Most clients, when they book with me, they have to pay. Hey, Dior. We got Dior Lucas in the building, founder, owner, and CEO of Sonalicious out in New Jersey. If you guys are in New Jersey, make sure you check her out. Precise Screening is on here. Sheila Michelle, make sure you guys check her out if you guys are interested in getting started in drug testing, trucking, lab testing. I'm actually about to start offering some lab services, so I'm excited about being able to learn from her as well. And yes, they do pay before services. So normally if you're booking with me, you're going to book in, like, you're going to pay before you come in anyway. And then before future services, yes, you're going to pay, because you know what's going to happen if you don't make them pay. And again, like I said, I'm not telling y'all what to do with y'all business. I'm just telling you what I do in mine. You ultimately are going to choose to do whatever it is that you want to do. I make them pay before you just sitting on my schedule. Because at the end of the day, and then my services are not cheap, right? So let's say a person booked for like a PRP something, right? A couple $100. And then I put them on my schedule, but they did not pay me. What's going to happen is they're going to leave, right? And then someone might talk to them and say, hey, so you're going to be like, I'm so excited. I'm about to go get this PRP, facial, whatever. It costs however much. And then someone's just going to be like, damn, that's a lot of money. You sure you don't want to just go to Walmart and buy like a derma roller or something like that? And that's, of course, the horrible idea. It's not going to get them any results. But that's what's going to happen. So you have to pretty much, again, obligate them. Have them pay before they leave, pretty much. I've heard an owner state that someone credit card declined after receiving the service. How would decline? I mean, I've heard people say that too, but again, some of that has to do with the type of clients that you're attracting as well. Most of my clients, they pay before the service, like just because they got to pay to book. Unless we're doing, like, let's say if they decided to change up something while we were there, then yes, we'll like work on getting them checked out. But most of my clients, I'm not really like worried about that. It's like if you went to a restaurant and they charge you before you ate. Like, I'm pretty sure there's instances where people walk out on the bill, but the reality is that should not be happening. But yes, you're right. That person probably did it on purpose. And I've heard somebody say that people did that too. And a lot of that sometimes has to do, unfortunately, with your location or who you marketing to. Like, if certain influencers, you're going to notice you might get more chargebacks. Certain areas or locations that you're located in, you might get more chargebacks. Paying deposits are good as well. And then they lose their deposit if they don't come in. But, it's just up to you. And a lot of this is beta testing. You guys have to try certain things. And then based off of how it works for you, you just switch it up. That's what I did. Like, even now, and I still take classes. I'm a lifelong learner. However, you got to try different things. Like when I started, I didn't even do deposits. And then people was like canceling left and right and they wasn't showing up. I'm like, I don't got time for this. What I started to do after that was like, okay, you want to book, you leave a deposit, your deposit will go towards your service. And then I had less cancellations. So that works for me. But I know some people who don't do deposits, and that's fine if that's what they want to do. I agree. Like I had someone say, and again, like to each his own, everyone, you're going to do what you want to do ultimately for your business. But yes, when they pay in full, think about it as well. If you pay for something, you're not going to show up. Of course you're going to show up. You pay for it. You're not going to let it go to waste. You're not going to just like throw money through the window. You're going to be like, man, I already paid for this. And they're going to be on time because they don't want to lose their deposit. They don't want to lose that money that they paid. So like if someone is booking on my site, they do pay in full. And then if they come in and we switch the service, that's fine too. We just switch the service when they come in. That's no biggie. Glad I answered your question. Any other questions, guys? I hope this was helpful. For those of you going to the Spa Expo, I will be uploading this I was having technical difficulties going live in the group for some reason earlier. So I will upload this in there so that you guys can replay it at your leisure. If you do not yet have your ticket to the Black Spa Expo, you are asleep. You tripping if you don't have your ticket. It's so much information and so much value. My students already know because I sponsored my students' tickets, because they need that information. We all need that information. I'm so excited to hear from a lot of these like amazing women. So Black Spa Expo this weekend. I'm excited to see all of you guys who are going. I will post a replay in the group. Yep, that is correct. All right, guys. Any more questions? If we don't have any, I'm gonna leave a poll or whatever. Let me know what you guys thought about this. I rarely go live. I just be too busy a lot of the times, but I'm working on it. I am working on it. I hope you guys found value in this quick training today. Hopefully you guys are able to run up a little bag with the information that we discussed. If you have any questions, again, you can reach me here. I'm accessible through DM. You could also call or text the spa or pull up on me. I love to see you guys. And if you guys don't have any questions, you all have a great night.